Hello, this is Sebastian from socialanxietysolutions.com. I help people with social anxiety feel calm and relaxed in social situations. And I'm answering a question today. And that question is something along the lines of, hey Sebastian, when you were suffering from social anxiety yourself, did you struggle with focusing? And the answer is yes, definitely. And I'll tell you why that happens. Okay, let's first get into that. Because when your brain perceives a threat and it then activates the fight, flight, freeze response, this part of your brain, this almond-sized and shaped part of your brain called the amygdala, then activates the fight, flight, freeze response, and it releases cortisol and adrenaline into your bloodstream. Blood goes away from your digestive system and into your outer limbs, and your heart rate increases and your pupils dilate, and basically your whole system is energized to deal with the threat that your brain is perceiving. Now, that costs your system energy, and you only have so much energy available. So when you're often in an anxious mode or a worried mode or a stressed out mode, that costs your system energy, and you then don't have that energy available when it comes time to study or read a book or consume information or do your best at a particular task, because your best is not available because you've consumed a lot of that energy already. So yes, I've definitely struggled with that a lot, and I studied a lot of personal development and productivity tips and that kind of stuff to help me manage those things, and I still use that, and I think anyone uses it. Anyone who wants to get ahead in life, that is. But it's especially helpful when you're dealing with anxiety. So I'll go over my top 7 that you can use to help you with focusing, even though you're struggling with social anxiety, which hopefully you're actually doing something about, right? That's why I create most of these videos, to tell you, hey, this is a problem, but it's a temporary challenge that you can do something about. Heal the wounds, get rid of the belief so that you no longer have the perception, there's no longer any anxiety. If you want to know how to do that, go to my website and sign up for my free social anxiety course, or get some of the other amazing stuff that is there, like live coaching session replays that you can tap along with. Anyway, so here are my 7 tips for focusing even though you have. Number 1, get enough sleep. Now, you only have a certain amount of willpower available to you, and the less willpower you have left, the more difficult it is to focus on a particular task. And therefore, you want to have as much willpower available to you. And one of the best ways to restore that is to have a full, whole 8-hour night's sleep. People are a bit different about what the ideal amount is, but on average, people say it's about 8 hours. For me, it's 8 hours. When I get 8 hours, I wake up with plenty of willpower, and that helps me to focus the best. Now, a lot of people with social anxiety, they have trouble sleeping or getting to sleep, or they wake up and that kind of stuff. Now, I could do a whole video on that in and of itself, so I won't go into too much detail about that. But one of the things that you can do is to simply tap a couple of rounds before you go to bed. Just tap for, a couple of minutes. You don't have to particularly focus on anything. You just tap on these points. You kind of soothe yourself and you kind of calm yourself down. And then I would also do this. I don't want to sleep. I have too many things to think about. I refuse to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I can't sleep. I won't sleep. And you just do that for 1 round, like voicing all the possible reasons for why you don't want to sleep or why you can't sleep, just for 1 round. And then after that, you do a couple of rounds of just general tapping, take a couple of deep breaths, and then go to sleep. That's likely going to improve your sleep. Now, if you have a whole sleep issue, there's a lot more to it than just this little, quick fix. But that's the number one that you want to do. Number two is meditate. All right. I am a big fan of meditation. I've been doing it for years, on and off. I've had consistent periods of like 6 months or 3 months, or but it's been on and off. And currently, I'm meditating 50 minutes in the morning, 50 minutes before going to bed, and I'm going to get that up to 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. I do a bit of yoga too. 15 minutes a day, just a bit of stretching. But meditation has been proven to increase your willpower, and that's what and that helps you with your focus. So meditation, fantastic, highly recommended. Now, it's difficult when you start that in the beginning, so start with 3 minutes and just build that up. But as you're doing that, you can see that as a tool to build that self-focus, right? So that's going to be very helpful. There you go. That was number 2. Number 3, focus on one particular thing at a time. We get distracted by a whole bunch of things, and we are most efficient and effective when we only focus on one particular thing. So do not multitask. Multitasking eats up your willpower, and it makes you very inefficient. So that decreases your focus. One single thing is what makes you focus the most. Okay. Number 4, big rocks first. What do I mean by that? Well, there's this old metaphor that goes like this. If you have a bunch of pebbles, some of them are big pebbles, and then you have some smaller pebbles, and then you have some sand. And you want to get as much stuff into this jar. Well, if you first put in the sand, and then you put in the smaller pebbles, and then you try to put in the big pebbles won't fit in anymore. If you first take the big pebbles and you put those in, and then you put the sand around it, and then you put the small things around it, it all fits in nicely. This is the most horrible metaphor I've ever given you. I'm really butchering it, but I think you get the idea. You want to do your most important tasks first. So there you go. Number 5, tap to soothe your stress. Now, as I said earlier, stress, anxiety, worry, it eats up your willpower. So, say that you've had a good night's sleep, you've meditated a bit, and you've decided to focus on one particular task, and you decided to focus on the most important of all tasks. Then, say that you sit down to start doing the thing that you're about to do, and you feel worried or stressed or that kind of stuff. Simply focus on that and tap. So focus on a particular thought that's in your mind and keep focusing on that thought, or focus on where you feel the stress in your body. Maybe you feel it in your chest, maybe you feel it in your stomach, wherever. And just do a couple of rounds, and deep breathing helps while you're doing that as well. It could be helpful. And just do that for like a minute or 2. Just that little bit will help you. Number 6, get rid of all distractions. So what I do when I sit down is I turn my phone to airplane mode. And if I don't need internet for the task that I'm about to do, like if I'm doing some writing or I'm making a video, I turn my Wi-Fi off on my laptop, and I make sure that nobody disturbs me, because any distraction takes you out of the moment, causes you to multitask, and that decreases your willpower. Okay, there you go. Number 7, watch your food. Okay, so I've tested this. I love cheese, I love chocolate, I love ice cream, I love delicious food, and I found that certain foods drain my energy and drain my willpower and make me just want to, hang on the beach or, do nothing, relax. And it also causes me to lose my focus, right? Lose my ability to think clearly. And, pizza just before I need to write something important, not going to happen. A salad just before I need to write something important is very helpful. It gives me like a nice sustained focus. Other kinds of food, take that focus away. So green leafy vegetables, salads, that kind of stuff that helps you with your focus. All right, hope that's been helpful for you. Those were my quick 7 tips to focus even when you have social anxiety. And thank you for your question. And this is Sebastian from socialanxietysolutions.com. You can subscribe here or leave a comment. Or if you have an additional tip, put it under there so that others can benefit from it too. And I'll connect with you soon. Bye for now.